In this video, we'll cover a basic overview of Power BI to understand of how to load and transform data and create basic visualizations. So first, when you open Power BI, you will get to see the screen. In this, you can import data from Excel, SQL servers, also from other sources. If you can click, you will get various other options such as CSV files, which are text files, PDFs, even at sometimes you can go direct to the web. In this case, as it's just for initial for practice, we'll use Power BI's own sample data. So Power BI provides a sample Excel sheet we can use, load the sample data. It will open a financial sample, which is basically a data of a company. If you can see it in the preview, it's a data of a company which has sales across the world of its products and its related financial data, discount, sales, profits, and etc. So let's say we want to load this financials data sheet. So when you select it, you have two options. One is directly load it, but we will rarely use this option directly. Many times when we want to use data in Power BI, the data may have errors in it. It may not be clean. Data cleaning is the first step whenever we do most data analysis processes. Because if the data has too many errors, the analysis, interpretation, all could become incorrect. So what we will first do is we will click on transform data to perform data cleaning. So Power BI using Power Query, as you can see above the name Power Query Editor, Power Query, which is also part of Excel, is used to clean the data and transform it in Power BI. I have various options to transform data. So for example here, let's say here in the units sold, I have decimal numbers. Maybe I do not want decimal numbers. I want only whole numbers. As you can see, one transformation I can do here, data type decimal number. I can change it to whole number. Replace current. As you can see, I have changed the type just to whole numbers. Another transformation is of the format. Like in case of segment, maybe I wanted to be using all capital letters to make it more clearly visible in visualizations. There's a format option in transformations where I can make it entirely uppercase. As you can see, it has been transformed. There were other options too, just to make the first letter capital, all lowercase, and other things such as adding a prefix, suffix. It depends on the needs. Furthermore, I can even remove some data set, like let's say in case of product. Maybe one product has been discontinued, like let's say Montana. Just select it, press OK. Like in Excel when we use filters, this product has been removed from the data here. So this is how we can transform the data. Now this data seems mostly correct, as we can see it is having no such visible errors. Once we are sure of that, we can go to Home and now load the data, clicking Close and Apply. Click on Close and Apply in the Home tab and apply changes. The data will now load. So this data will load, and now on the right side you can see data. The data tab has this financials loaded, which various options. These are all the column headings of the Excel sheet which we loaded. Sales, COGS, cost of goods sold. Automatically, Power BI aggregates all the metric values such as sales. So this will not be it will be a total sales value of whatever time period which was taken in this data set. So let's say the first thing I want to see, I can first even add a heading here. So go to insert text box. Maybe this is a report for a particular company. So we can write executive summary of XYZ Limited. We can make the size something visible, make it center. And so we have a heading here. Now we can add various visualizations. So let's say I want to see the total sales. For this, we could use a card. Often a card is used for displaying KPIs prominently on the top. So let's say total sales or even total profit. I can see maybe let's say total profit. Just drag profit here. And as you can see, profit is now visible. 14.78 millions. So, and if we want to see how long, so if I go to this table view, I can see what is the size of this data, which years it covers. 1st December 2014, 1st September 2013. This data is of 2 years roughly from 2014 and 2013. So in this case, it's a quite a large the time period. Maybe we want to filter this data to show for a particular time period only these values. For this, I can use a slicer along with a calendar. So as we don't exactly, we do have order dates, but this is not a calendar. So we can first create a calendar to be used in Power BI. So if you go to model view on the left side tab, go to model view, you'll get an option of a new table using DAX. Click on new table. Now you get an option to develop and write a new table using DAX. So DAX is the language we use in Power BI to give various commands and various uh, steps which we want to list for it to do. So simpler to create a calendar table is very easy. We have a function directly in Tableau. So we write calendar. This is the name of the table which is being created. And we can use a calendar function. As you can see the suggestion, it asks for autofilling it. Use calendar, start date. This data was 2013 to 2014. Now use date function to write a date. So 2013, see the auto what the suggestion is saying above. 2013 0101. 1st January 2013. 2 again comma date, use the date function. Now till 2014 12 31st. Now this is once we write this, click on this commit option, the green arrow. As you can see, Power BI has created a table use of a calendar only. Now I want to tell Power BI this date in this financial table is exactly the same date in the calendar table. Power BI will not itself assume date could be just a coincidence. So in this case, we have to tell it's the same. We have to make a data model. So just drag data from here to data into calendar. Image itself shows many to one. Many to one because there are many days in which a sale more than one day might a single day may have more than one sales made on the same date. So here the 1st December may come 2-3 times in the financial tables, but in the calendar it's only one time. So like in maths we say functions are many to one to one. Here it's a many to one relationship. Save this relationship. This has been created. Now we can create any visualizations and use a slicer. So click on slicer. As you can see, it is on the data side, a calendar table has been added along with the financial table which was originally there. Drag the date here, we get a slicer. As you can see, this shows this data which is being shown. This value of profit is for 1st January 2013 to the end, which is 31st. So this is so it's showing 21st here. That's because of a typing error. So 31. We can edit it. So 31st December 2014. Now let's say I want to see only 1 year. So I can use this calendar. So this will give the user the option who sees my report to change it at will. So they want to see from let's say 1st January 2014. This slicer applies this to whatever visualizations are shown. Now whatever visualizations here will be shown in the slicer, and as per the user's convenience they can keep on changing it. Let's say I want to create a visualization to show which is the most profitable product. I can use just click on profit and product. It creates a visualization itself. So Power BI suggested a bar chart, but I can use any other. Let's say a tree map. Now, as you can see, I can increase the size. It is a tree map is shown here. So in this case, this, as you can see, is on or after 1st January 2014, which is what is done by the slicer. So whatever visualizations which are shown on this page, whether it's the tree map or the profit, is being affected by this slicer by default. So this is the basics of how we can use Power BI using the calendar tool, calendar function using DAX and various other functions and various tools for creating various visualizations. Similarly, we could create any other visualization we want. We can make a map to show which place has the most sales and so on. And we can create a dashboard.